What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. It's another beautiful day in the Pokemon community. I got my bagel and I'm ready to talk about some cards.
Bagel me.
Bagel.
First off, my bagel is rosemary salt with an onion and herb cream cheese. Pretty tasty. Today we're going to be talking about some Evolving Skies cards because Evolving Skies is awesome and crazy and all over the place right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the bigger cards from the set and kind of look at the trends that are going on with them. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. And if you do, you might get a chance to win this Sylveon V from Evolving Skies. Haven't done a giveaway in a bit, so figured I'd give this one away to somebody that subscribes and comments.
Aw, so generous!
All right, first up, we're gonna look at this Leafeon VMAX from Evolving Skies. This is a pretty cool artwork, Higanosuke artwork. I'm a big fan of his art. It's really like, I don't know, it's very stylized to the most part. Like the way that he like animates stuff or like illustrates stuff is top notch. I really like it a lot. But over the last year of this card, it shot up to about almost $450 in March, and now it's down to $360. So if you had bought this card, I think I bought it right before this dip. I've had it for a bit, or at least like I put it on layaway at the card shop that I go to, or one of the card shops that I go to. Probably when it was right around 260, and then it dipped to like 240, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna lose money, and then it shot up a lot. And now it's kind of fallen back down. So like if you're looking to pick up some of these cards, don't already have them, right now might be a good chance to pick them up. Because I feel like a lot of these Sword and Shield era cards are kind of doing this like little dip thing where they peaked a couple months ago. And then now they're kind of falling off because the focus is more on like Scarlet and Violet stuff. So if you don't already have this card for your collection and you want it, I would go ahead and pick them up. I feel like it's going to be the general consensus for most of these cards I'm going to look over in this video, but Leafeon, really cool, awesome artwork, love it.
Not bad!
Glaceon VMAX next, kind of the same thing, right around the same time, dipped right in October, shot up in March, springtime, March, April, to about $380, and now it fell back down to $260. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this little like pump and dip, I feel like this is probably a good chance to pick these cards up. I know they're pricey, I get that they're expensive, but these Evolving Skies cards are going to hold a lot of value long term. Like, this is just like a weird, I wish you could go back like more, like a couple of years, but they only go back a year. But this card just goes, I mean, all of these guys, they're just going like this. And they're just steadily going up. So definitely good long-term holds. I actually bought this card for like $80 in a PSA 8. Or it might have been 90, I can't remember. I bought it off Mercari. Someone was selling like a PSA 8 version of it. And maybe it was a CGC 8. I can't remember. It was an 8 graded card, and I bought it for like $100. But that was when the card was selling raw for like 150. And then I just cracked it open and put it in my master set. So I really do like this card. There's a lot going on in it. Pikachu, you got Meryl, you got all sorts of fun stuff going on in this card. Like, this artwork's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Next up, we got Sylveon VMAX, kind of doing the same thing that all the other cards did. This one went up to $430. That's crazy. And then fell back down to right below 300. We're at like 280. Let's look at some of these listings. Yeah, like 280, $300, right around there. Super nice card. Similar vibe to the as the Glaceon, except this one's got like a little Eevee up here and a bunch of fairy Pokemon all over the place. Cool card. Sylveon's not like my favorite evolution. I think my favorite are probably like the Gen 2. I don't want to choose between Umbreon and Espeon because they're both, I think, equal in my book, but like Gen 2 evolutions are top notch. They're pretty peak.
You can say that again.
Sylveon is also cool. Don't get me wrong, I really do like Sylveon, but not my favorite one. But if you just look at this, the prices shifting right here, it's kind of, they're all doing the same trend. So I feel like now, if you're trying to pick this card up, might be a good time.
Yeah, you think?
All right, now we have the big boy, the Umbreon VMAX.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was actually lucky enough to pull this card, which is pretty sweet. But go back a year ago. This was at $800, $850. Man, I remember when this card was like I think it was like 200, 300, like right out the gate once the set released. Maybe even cheaper. Peaked right around almost $1,800 for a raw copy. $1,745 for a raw copy. Crazy. Right now it's selling for about 13. Let's see what some of the listings are. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, there's only a couple listings for under $1,600, so pretty crazy. I don't know if you have the money to buy this card and don't already have this card. I mean, I guess pick it up. I could see this being a good long-term thing. I mean, mainly in like the graded area, but I mean the raw copies are still pretty good, still holding some value. So I think Umbreon, if you don't already have this card at this point, I don't really see spending this much money on it because there's just going to be more cards coming out. But if you have a bunch of other high value cards that you can trade in for this, I know one of my friends that I play with traded in a bunch of cards and ended up getting his Umbreon VMAX that way. So you don't really lose any money. You gain a valuable card that you want to add to your collection. So however you guys want to navigate that, feel free. But I'm just kind of looking at these trends, following a very similar trend as the other evolutions we just looked at. So
Hey, that's a pretty, that's true.
let's look into the Dragonite V. I have this card on pre-order at the same, or not pre-order, on a layaway at the same card store that I bought the Leafeon and Sylveon at. I just have to go back and pay for it, which is a little annoying. But going back a year, it was sitting at $134, and then it's kind of spiking all the way up to $316. So definitely some good growth on this card. I think Dragonite's just like a popular Pokemon, and then I feel like with the release of the Mega Dragonite, people are taking more interest in Dragonite cards. This says $500, but that's because the lowest listings down here are right around 500. Like, this just haven't had any sales yet. I mean, like, someone's trying to sell this card for $750. That's pretty wild.
Are they crazy?
So keep an eye on this Dragonite. If you can find a copy for $200, $250, I would say it's probably a good pickup. I feel like this is gonna just get more popular as the time goes by.
You're right about that.
Interesting what's going on with these Altart Vs from Evolving Skies. I guess the VMAXs are just like pretty crazy expensive, so it makes sense that people are trying to buy these Vs and kind of pump them up a little bit. But if we look at the Umbreon V a year ago, $150, shooting up recently to sales of up to $350. I was not aware of this. This is very useful information for me. I have two of these. One of them is like pretty good, and I was thinking about sending it in to get graded. I'll have to do another little like inspection on it. But I really do like this card. I always thought this was a staircase that he's sitting on, but when you look at the card, this is a wall that the Umbreon is standing on top of and looking down at all of these other Pokemon here. And I'm trying to figure out where in like reality this sort of situation would take place, like an alleyway or something. But anyway, I do like this card a lot. It's really cool. Got the moon in the back, Umbreon V.
Yeah, right? Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some fishy things going on with the Altart Vs from Evolving Skies, just because I feel like the VMAXs are pretty much maxed. But yeah, the Rayquaza V, I honestly like this artwork better than the VMAX artwork. I think this was supposed to be some sort of trainer gallery card, and they just released it in this set ahead of the trainer gallery stuff, because you have the Rayquaza VMAX in Silver Tempest, and I think this was supposed to be the Rayquaza V from that set, and then they just introduced it in this set. Not really sure why, but sometimes Pokemon does stuff like that. And I also don't know if that's true. That's just my speculation, but I feel like that's how I've always felt about this card, is that it more belonged in like a trainer gallery setting. But
I think you're onto something.
Zinnia right here, Rayquaza in the background, fantastic. Can't complain about anything about this card. If this is a card that you're looking at for your collection, I think you might be able to find it for like $180, maybe even less. But right now, TCG player, $230. Probably gonna keep going up, I would imagine, from this point. I don't know how quickly, but it depends on how much these Vs are getting bought out. And it looks like, based on the Umbreon and the Dragonite that I just looked at, that that is definitely a possibility. So keep an eye on these cards. Pick them up when you can. Got it! Yes, sir! And the last card we're gonna look at is this Rayquaza VMAX. I just talked about the V. I definitely like the artwork of this, but I like the artwork of the V better. I don't know why. It just has like a pizzazz to it. The V is just
Awesome!
this Rayquaza VMAX though. Going back a year, selling for about $400. Currently selling for about $600. Could see this popping up to $700 pretty quickly. Definitely a solid card. If you don't already have this card, it's kind of like the Umbreon. It's like if you don't already have this card and you have the money to buy this card, or you've had the money to buy this card, you should have probably already picked it up by now. But if you have this card, you're just curious about where it's sitting at, like me, it's sitting at a pretty good spot, I would say. Like, $700 for a Pokemon card is a good chunk of money. And, you know, if you happen to have an extra copy of this or something like that, then maybe it's a good chance to send it in to get graded.
Do it. Do it.
All right, well, I hope you guys found that as interesting as I did. I just kind of like popping back in on Evolving Skies and checking out what the cards are doing, especially the cards that I have. I'm still working on my master set. The last big card that I need is that Dragonite V, so like I said, I have it on layaway. I just got to pay it off. I need to focus on doing that. But also like just going back and checking out what these cards are going for now. As opposed to when I got them or when I pulled them or whatever, because I opened up way too much Evolving Skies. And looking at how much the booster boxes are going for, I'm just like kicking myself for not saving like a couple of them, because I opened up probably about 20. Anyway, that's all I got for today. If you guys want to enter to win this Sylveon V from Evolving Skies, just like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for all your support. And go eat a bagel or something.